Fresher.
News from CNA.
Heartbreak for Singapore's para-archer Nur Shahida Alim. She was forced to bow out of the individual compound open at the last 16 stage after a narrow loss. The world number 2 was a medal hopeful ahead of the Paralympic Games in Paris, but her score of 133 was just 2 points shy of advancing to the next round. Sabrina Ng reports from Paris.
Shahida entered the elimination round of 16 after a season's best of 677 points in 12 rounds. She qualified 11th out of 28 competitors in the qualifying round. Ranked second in the world, Shahida showed her dominance in the first end with an explosive opening arrow. It landed right in the bull's eye and earned her a perfect 10. But her rival, Australia's Amira Lee, was breathing down her neck. Still, Shahida kept her cool and closed out the first end with a near-perfect score of 29. However, things took a turn in the second end. The first arrow from Shahida landed in the outer rings, earning her just 5 points. But the 3-time Paralympian is no stranger to setbacks and soon bounced back, ending the second end in a draw with her opponent. Shahida drew the competition out to a tight 1-point lead by the third end. But a perfect score of 30 from the Australian in the fourth end saw Shahida trailing by just 1 point. Going into the final round, it was anyone's game. A first arrow from Shahida landed in the middle rings, earning her a solid 8 points. But Lee replied with 9. Against the pressure, Shahida closed out with a score of 25. But it was Lee who advanced to the quarter-final by a whisker. Although Shahida did not make it through to the quarter-finals, she showed spirit and determination throughout the competition, and once certain that she will gain from the experience and add to a remarkable journey. Sabrina Ng, CNA.
News from CNA.
Let's go!
For new music.
Go. 96. Newer, fresher.
Blasting out the biggest hits all over the internet.
On the best online station.
This is 96 Radio. Newer, fresher.
To the Batmobile. Let's go.
Newer, fresher. 96.
Bright Suns and hello, it is Cindy Scott here. Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday. I know, you're probably like, what? Huh? You're like, oh, it's the middle of the work week, Cindy. It's okay. It is Cindy Scott here. Thanks for joining me. Let's start off the day with a weird story. And I know I said I couldn't find one yesterday, but I did find one, but I didn't find one that was in Florida. I found one that was, out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, which is a place I've gone to many, many times on vacation. I love going down there, but definitely don't want to be what this woman did while you're on vacation.
Newer,
Fresher.
Sayang, aku gak sabar deh mau nonton band favoritku. Semoga lagu kita dinyanyiin ya. Gak sabar buat singelong. Ih, dari tadi cuma ham aja jawabnya. Kamu kenapa sih?
Aku lagi gak pede nih. Dari tadi ngerasa kurang seger nafasnya.
Oh gitu. Nih, aku kasih Fisherman's Friend biar nafas kembali terasa segar dan bisa nyanyi lagu favorit kita.
Hai friends, musim konser udah balik lagi nih. Saatnya bikin pengalaman nonton konser makin segar bersama Fisherman's Friend. Tersedia dalam banyak varian rasa yang bisa kita nikmati. Ada sugar free lemon, blackcurrant, spearmint, honey and lemon, dan masih banyak lagi. Fisherman's Friend juga bisa memberikan sensasi melegakan di tenggorokan, biar bisa puas nyanyi seharian di konser artis favorit kita. Dengan kemasan Ziploc, dijamin tetap fresh dan higienis, dan pastinya gampang dibawa kemana aja.
Fisherman Friend, nafas segar, nonton konser aja.
newer, fresher. 96.
Something hot is coming in this October 2024. You wanna get rocked? Yeah, it's time to have a good time. Rock your body. Firehouse, live in Indonesia. Friday, October 18, 2024. Live from the Casablanca Hall, Jakarta. Let's have a good time with Firehouse and bring back all your love memory. Firehouse, live in Indonesia. Friday, October 18, 2024. Live from the Casablanca Hall, Jakarta. Get your tickets now. More info, click firehousejkt.com. Brought to you by Color Asia Live.
96. Newer, fresher.
Weird news time to start off our Wednesday with me, Cindy Scott, and we're going to talk about a woman who is facing charges after she allegedly decided to drive onto a beach in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Authorities say that Lauren Markey Hodge sped around 75 yards through the sand, almost making it to the water at low tide. Beachgoers reportedly ran out of fear of being hit. Hodge was later found to have a suspended driver's license. Needless to say, she was in trouble.
96.
It's a feel-good story for you today, and it's actually kind of a weird feel-good story because it happens to be about NASA and their plans to bring the International Space Station down in a few years.
96. Hits.
Ariana Grande.
Newer, fresher. 96. 96.
Feel good story time, and let's talk about NASA and how they're planning on life after the International Space Station. Yes, NASA is contracting with SpaceX to develop a deorbit vehicle to bring the ISS down gently into the ocean when its lifespan ends in 2030. Vehicle will execute the last week of deorbit burns as the ISS goes down. Of course, NASA plans to transition to use private companies to operate space stations. So there we are with that. I remember when that thing went up, that was actually kind of really cool to have you can live in space. I want to say that there was a guy that lived out there for an entire year, and it was like, that's a lot to be up there in space for an entire year. Think about the things they missed on.
Di tiket.com, rencanain liburan bisa seasik ini. Tapi saat liburan nggak sesuai rencana,
masuk kantor ya.
No stress, semua beres. Ada tiket 100% refund. Kamu jadi bisa refund bahkan sampai -1 penerbangan. Kepastian 100% uang kembali. Dan pastinya untuk semua alasan. Pesan tiketmu dengan tiket 100% refund hanya di aplikasi tiket.com.
What's going on, guys? This is Post Malone.
I'm Doja Cat. This is Ariana Grande.
We are Maroon 5. This is Calvin Harris, and this is number 1 for hit music.
96. 96. Newer, fresher. 96.
Hai kawan muda, sekarang kamu bisa dengerin Ninetysix Radio via Noise.
Usher.
I love the DJs, love the music.
Hits. Newer, fresher. 96.
Let's talk about girly news today and how the Mediterranean diet seems to be very beneficial for children. This is a new one for me.
Hai kawan muda, sekarang kamu bisa dengerin Ninetysix Radio via Noise.
Duh, udah telat banget nih gue. Ini lagi di depan. Lama banget sih jalannya. Lewat trotoar aja ah.
Aduh, sejak kapan sih trotoar bisa dipakai sama pengendara motor? Kalau kayak gini kan jadi gue yang sakit.
Aduh maaf banget mbak. Mbak nggak apa-apa kan mbak?
Gak apa-apa gimana? Ini tuh trotoar, bukan jalan raya.
Penggunaan trotoar selain untuk kepentingan pejalan kaki adalah pelanggaran dan bentuk perampasan hak pejalan kaki.
This public service announcement brought to you by 96 Radio. Newer, fresher.
Newer, fresher. Hits. 96.
Girly news time on this Wednesday, and let's talk about the Mediterranean diet that actually could improve children's heart health. Now, the diet, which focuses on plant-based cooking along with fruits, beans, seeds, fish, and lean meat, has actually shown benefits for adults, but new research has come out that shows that children on the diet for at least 8 weeks showed drops in blood pressure and cholesterol. Study was published, of course, last week in the journal JAMA Network Open. So it's an interesting thing. I mean, I've never tried that diet. Granted, I've tried every other diet. Has it worked?
Newer, fresher.
Hi, I'm Ed Sheeran.
Hi, I'm Harry Styles.
Newer, fresher.
Let's go!
96. Newer, fresher. Hits. 96. Newer, fresher. Hits. 96.
Guy News is up next. Let's talk about Drake. Yeah, Drake's Toronto mansion flooded after some intense rainfall. Let's talk about it next.
Newer, fresher. Hits. 96. Newer, fresher.
Cindy Scott here, and let's talk about Drake's Toronto mansion that was flooded after an intense rainfall in Toronto, Canada. Of course, Drake shared a video on his Instagram story of ankle-deep brown murky water filling a room in his house. Now, he captioned in the clip, this better be an espresso martini. Ha ha ha. Toronto Pearce International Airport reported last week as the 5th wettest day ever recorded with nearly 4 inches of rain. It's crazy. Crazy enough that I don't think that was an espresso martini there, Drake.
96.
Well, that finishes up Wednesday, so big thanks for joining me today. It has been a fun Wednesday. Let's get ready for Thursday.
Newer, fresher hits. 96.
Here's the thing about countdown shows. You know exactly how they're going to end. But here's the thing about my countdown show, World Pop Radio. Yes, you know it's going to end at number 1. But each and every week, we count down the hits from a different country, all in an effort to show that no matter where you go on this big globe of ours, typically, we're all connected together through a universal love of music. Catch World Pop Radio, Thursdays and Fridays from 10 a.m. on 96 Radio.
Newer, fresher.
Siapa sih ini yang ngerokok? Ngerokok atau enggak emang pilihan hidup setiap orang. Tapi tahu kan, ngerokok nggak cuma bahaya buat kesehatan, tapi buat kantong juga. Coba deh hitung, berapa banyak uang yang kamu keluarin buat beli rokok? Mendingan uangnya dipakai buat liburan.
This public service announcement brought to you by 96 Radio. Newer, fresher.
96.
It's Cindy Scott here, and as I wrap up Wednesday, let's get ready for your Thursday. What are we doing? We're going to have a weird story today about, or not today, tomorrow. Let's talk about, it's for tomorrow. Oh my, what's wrong with me? Tomorrow is going to be about snails and how snails could actually cause major crop damage here in the good US of A. Seriously, that's for real. And the weird story is about someone trying to smuggle those types of snails into this country. But that's for tomorrow's weird story with me, Cindy Scott.
96. 96. 96. 96.
Hey, it's Shabuzi, and this is a bar song.
Newer, fresher. Newer, fresher. 96. Hits.
Olivia Rodrigo.
Newer, fresher. 96.